I saw this degenerosity video that popped up. I know I'm a year late to it, but I thought we'd check it out. The person that created math, to the person that created math, thought it'd be pretty darn funny.
What's the Pythagorean theorem?
As a kid, I remember actually having fun doing math when it was just simple. You know, doing addition and subtraction was a great fun start. 1 + 1 is easily my favorite problem of all time. The second is bad. Doing addition and subtraction worksheets were so fire because I was
oh my god. Oh my, this was actually the pinnacle of math. When it was the addition subtraction worksheets and you were trying to race everybody in class. Was that just me, bro? When you were trying to race everybody in class doing this addition subtraction worksheets, bro, I used to be going crazy. He's like, I'm gonna win, trying to rush through it like I'm oh my god.
And then I would hit a problem like 127 minus 48.
Facts.
I was like,
shit.
Oh snap, now it's a real challenge. And it had me using 20% of my brain power trying to solve this problem. But at the time,
was that Kanye kissing in there? Are we just gonna pass that?
48. And I was like, oh snap, now it's a real challenge. And it had me using 20% of my brain power trying to solve this problem.
Why was Lizzo in there?
At the time, I was still having fun with it. It was still easy while also having a little challenge.
Facts.
It's like video games. You don't want them to be too easy all the way out. You want little challenges scattered throughout the game to keep it interesting. That's how I felt learning addition and subtraction, and I felt that even more when learning multiplication. Bruh, doing multiplication back then was so fun. I was a multiplication god. Whenever I was handed those 50-question multiplication in elementary school, I would speed run that in 5 minutes or less and get everything right. I felt like Jimmy Neutron, the boy genius. Except I had a bigger head. Multiplication was so fun that I would legit be doing it during my free time. I remember one time I was at church and I got bored because it was church. So I pulled out a notebook and wrote down a random multiplication problem I ain't even know. 16 times 16. I spent the next 10 minutes solving that problem with no calculator, and I got 256. I was so smart, man. What other third grader knows 16 times 16 out the jump other than me? Someone could have a gun to my head and tell me what's 16 times 16. You have 2 seconds to answer. 2 seconds? Man, I'll answer that in 0.2 seconds. 256. Ain't nobody could solve multiplication like me. I'm the multiplication god. 100 times 100, 10,000. 10,000 times 10,000, 20,000. Man, I'm Einstein. When math was like that, simple and easy to understand, it was fun. I love that kind of math.
And then it all changed.
The person that created those basic math formulas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then it all changed when you hit the bullshit, man. When you hit, it all changed, bro. It's like you'd walk in the math, at least for me, right? Obviously, some people genuinely love math. But me, I was like, what happened? When did this suddenly go downhill? Why do I want to suddenly stab myself in the throat 3 times? Like, what is going on?
That created everything else? You could suck a horse cock! After multiplication and decimals, math was never the same again, because they started adding all of this extra shit. So the K started with fractions. Fractions were easy at first, because I was just converting them to decimals to get the answers. But then they started asking for fractions as answers. And I just can't do that. That's not how my brain operates. I convert numbers to the shit I actually see in day-to-day life. If something costs $20, I'm not gonna be like, that costs 150 over $10. I'm not gonna be like that. Why do I have to put this in fraction form when I put the same answer in decimal form? You're making this harder on purpose. And it continued to get harder and harder with graphing,
oh my gosh.
functions. Like,
oh my god. Functions, man. Functions. It was where they lost me, bro. I don't know about y'all. I feel like y'all are some geniuses. But me personally, functions, they lost me, chat. They actually lost me, bro. I was like, dog. I used to just have to like memorize answers from the book, right, for homework and stuff like that. And when a test came around, well, it was a wrap. it was a wrap for me. For me, it was a wrap. Like,
and it just hit a slump when they started adding letters to math. Like, letters are in the alphabet. Like, they're not numbers. Why are they in equations? This shit don't add up. Who did?
Ben 10. Sorry, I just thought that was so like a child. Ben 10, look guys, Ben 10, but I just love Ben 10.
They're not numbers. Why are they in equations? This shit don't add up. Who did this? Fuck
that nigga.
Ruined math for me. I remember when they first started teaching us letters in math. I thought letters represented the number in the alphabet the letter is at, like A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so on. So when the teacher presented a problem like this, what does B equal? I was always like, B equals 2, obviously. But then the answer would be like, B equals 100. And I'm all like, no it doesn't. How does it equal 100? There's at most 30 to 40 letters in the alphabet, not 100 letters. How does B equal 100? And I never recovered since. I still don't understand how B equals 100. Like, y'all just making stuff up at this point. It's the second letter in the alphabet. That means it's 2. But you know what I hate the most in math? The subject that really messed me up? Algebra. Algebra was an all-in-one nut to your face. It had all the bullshit in it. Graphing, shapes, letters, roots, and all this other garbage.
Yeah.
And the worst ones yet, sine, cosine, and tan.
Facts.
What quirky.
I still don't understand that shit, bro. I would go after class for extra help. I was one of those kids, bro. Like, I would go after class for extra help. I would. Still never got it. Still to this day, I still don't understand what it was, bro. Does taxes need fractions and shit? No, not at all. Taxes do not need fractions. I'm not saying this shit is not useful. Like, there are probably someone in their profession uses this type of stuff. But like, so I don't want to be that guy that says, oh, you never use math outside of school, because you probably do. Like, in some profession that you want to be in, maybe, like, you probably use it somewhere. But nowhere that I want it to be. Nowhere that I want it to be. I was like, bro, what is this?
Call it Sacagawea. Whenever I see any of these in my math, I know I'm gonna get it wrong. So why even bother doing it or trying? But you know, we always gotta show work when solving a problem that I don't even know in the first place. So what work am I gonna show? And even if I did know the answer, why do I have to show work? If it's a problem I can just type in a calculator, then ain't no reason for me to show work. The calculator is my work. Man, to the dude that created algebra, Muhammad. I ain't even gonna try to say the rest of it. That's gonna cast a spell on me or something. But in the afterlife, I know every high school student is jumping your ass right now. And I'ma join them when my day comes too. I'ma give that nigga purple nurples and wet willies.
Name 5 cereals, nigga.
Smart enough to take calculus, cause I know if I did, I would have been crying at my desk every test. But I feel like y'all got the gist of it. I'm pretty sure y'all hate math too.
Pre-calc, man. I pre-calc was where that's as far as I made it. And it was not even like AP or no, it was just pre-calc. Oh my God, that was as far as I made it. I remember. I hated that. I was in AP US History and AP English, and I was only in those classes because I hung out with the smart kids. That was it. I just genuinely liked hanging out with people that were smarter than me. So like they just grouped me with them and put me in there. I didn't belong in there. I didn't even belong in those classes. So if they had put me in fucking AP pre-calc, it was a wrap for me, boy. It would have been donezo. It would have been done.
This is a close second. I ain't even gonna try to take too much of your time. So in conclusion, Neil deGrasse Tyson can go eat my ass.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Man, I think that was one of his like older ones. That's W's DJing in the chat. W's DJing in the chat. W's DJing.